Strings work great for things like messages, and numbers work for scores. But how do we represent something more complex, such as a pet? We define an object. Just like the built-in document and console objects we covered earlier in this course, we can create our own objects with JavaScript. As we discussed earlier, an object has a set of properties that define or describe the characteristics of an object. A coffee order has a drink type, size, kind of milk, number of shots, syrups, and so on. Socks have a size, color, design, material, and such. And a pet has properties like name, type of animal, breed, and age. Objects can also have methods, which are the operations the object can perform. For example, our coffee order may have a place order method to submit the order and a cancel order method to cancel the order. In JavaScript, we use object literal syntax to define the properties for a custom object. The object literal is defined using curly braces. Inside the braces, we define the set of properties for the object, separated by commas. Each property has a property name that is not in quotes, a colon, and a value. If the value is a string, it is defined within quotes. As we've seen before, we access a property using the object variable, a dot or period, and the object's property. When doing web development, the most important set of objects we'll work with is the Document Object Model, or DOM. The DOM represents the objects in our HTML page. The DOM is independent from any programming language, but we can use the DOM from our JavaScript code to access the HTML elements on our page. We can then change their content, apply styles, or modify the structure of the page. Several key DOM objects include window, which represents the browser window and is considered the root or starting object of the DOM. And one we've talked about previously in this course, window.document, or just document. The document object represents the rendered, or displayed, HTML document. We can see the DOM for a web page in the Elements tab of the Browser Developer Tools. Let's take a look. We'll use the Browser Developer Tools to take a look at the DOM for our page. We still have VS Code here on the left. The page is running in the browser here on the right, with the Developer Tools open. I'll maximize the browser so we can see it better. In the Browser Developer Tools, click on the Elements tab. I'll make it taller. Here we see a representation of the DOM, or Document Object Model, for our page. Drill down by clicking on the arrows. And we see our button. Click on the button in the DOM on the left, and we see the button's styles on the right. Use the Elements tab anytime you want to view the DOM for a page. Click the Console tab to return to the console. I'll resize the console and rearrange the windows. We'll use the DOM to interact with the elements on our page. Let's do that next. Before you move on, please like and subscribe.